Alex Ryder stepped off the small shuttle onto the soft, glowing grass of Zephora. The air was thick with the scent of strange flowers, and the sky shimmered in shades of pink and violet. Zephora was unlike any planet he had visited before. Its wildlife was vibrant and unusual, and its alien inhabitants, the Zephorians, were tall, graceful, and covered in soft, iridescent skin that seemed to shift colors with their emotions. Alex adjusted the straps on his backpack. "I hope Lyra's expecting me," he muttered to himself, walking toward a cluster of tall, crystal-like trees that glowed faintly in the low sunlight. He had come to Zephora on a diplomatic mission. The human government wanted to strengthen ties with the Zephorians, and he had been chosen for his reputation as someone clever, resourceful, and most importantly, good with aliens. Lyra was waiting for him near a small pond that shimmered with a strange golden glow. Her skin reflected the sunlight like a prism, and her large eyes, the color of liquid emerald, lit up when she saw him. "Alex," she called, her voice musical and full of excitement. "You came." Alex grinned. "I promised I would. What's the first thing on the agenda?" Lyra's expression changed from excitement to a slight nervousness. "I need your help," she said, lowering her voice. "It's the mating season. And, well, Zephorian rituals can be complicated. I don't want to mess anything up." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Mating season? Humans didn't really have anything like a full-blown season for courtship like this. On Earth, people just dated. And you want me to help?" "Yes," Lyra exclaimed, her excitement returning. "You are clever. Alex, you think differently from Zephorians. You may notice things we do not. I need you to guide me, just for a little while. It is a tradition that no Zephorian can navigate alone at the beginning of the season. A friend must assist them." Alex felt a mix of curiosity and apprehension. He had helped aliens before, but nothing like this. Still, Lyra was his friend, and she trusted him. "Okay," he said finally. "I'll help. But you have to explain everything carefully. I have zero experience with alien mating customs." "No." Lyra clapped her hands. "Yes. Excellent." She led him through the glowing grass to a clearing where dozens of Zephorians were gathered. Some were dancing in slow, hypnotic patterns. Others performed what looked like acrobatic displays, flipping and spinning in ways Alex didn't think were physically possible. Brightly colored ribbons floated around the participants, and the air vibrated with a low, melodic hum. Alex's eyes widened. "This is a festival?" "It is part of the season," Lyra explained. "We call it the Dance of Bonds. It is a test of skill, charm, and connection. I must perform well, or my chances of pairing successfully are low." Alex scratched the back of his head. "And you want me to guide you through it?" "Yes." Lyra's eyes sparkled. "You will help me understand the steps, keep me calm, and notice things I might miss. You are not a dancer, but you are human. Humans see solutions differently. You are perfect for this task." Alex laughed nervously. "I have a feeling perfect is a strong word for me right now." Lyra ignored him, already stepping onto the dance platform. "Watch carefully," she instructed. "I will show you the first step. I will NES. NES." She began to move in a way that seemed to defy gravity, her limbs extending and folding with fluid grace. Ribbons of light trailed from her fingers, weaving complex patterns in the air. Alex tried to follow with his eyes, but the movements were dizzying. Okay," he muttered. "I think I got the first part?" "You got the spirit," Lyra said encouragingly. "The exact motions are important. Yes. But the feeling behind them matters more. You must focus on connection. On awareness. On empathy. Alex nodded slowly. He wasn't sure what that meant exactly, but he trusted Lyra. They spent hours practicing in the clearing, Alex learning to recognize the subtle gestures and emotional signals the Xiphorians communicated through movement. He discovered that Lyra's glowing skin changed colors based on her confidence and mood. Bright greens meant excitement, blues for calm, and a faint red for nervousness. Watching her, he realized he could guide her not just with instructions, but with encouragement and reassurance. As the sun dipped below Xiphora's twin moons, the clearing emptied, leaving just Alex and Lyra. She looked at him, exhausted but happy. "You did well," she said. "Better than I expected." Alex leaned against a crystal tree, catching his breath. "I'm glad I could help, but I have a question." "Yes?" Lyra's eyes were wide and curious. "You said this was just for a little while. How long does Xiphorian mating season last?" Lyra's smile faded slightly. "A full cycle. About 1 month. But you do not have to leave yet. I enjoy having you here." Alex blinked. "Wait, what do you mean, I enjoy having me here? I thought this was temporary." "It is temporary," Lyra said, tilting her head. "But humans, you are different. You are clever, brave, and kind. You make things easier for me. I like having you nearby. I do not wish you to leave." Alex felt a strange mix of pride and panic. He had expected to help a friend for a day or two, maybe a week at most. He had not expected this. "I see," he said slowly, trying to smile. "Well, I suppose helping a friend can last a little longer than planned." Lyra's expression lit up, her colors shifting from soft blue to vibrant green. "Yes, exactly. You understand me. You are truly human." Over the next few days, Alex discovered just how complicated Xiphorian customs were. Every morning began with physical exercises to align the body and mind. Afternoons were for social interactions, where he observed Lyra practicing gestures, eye contact, and subtle signals that indicated interest or respect. Evenings involved meditative dances under the glowing moons, designed to calm the mind and foster emotional connection. Alex learned quickly that humans had advantages the Xiphorians did not. He could think abstractly in ways that helped solve complex ritual problems. He could notice patterns others overlooked. He could improvise when something went wrong. And, perhaps most importantly, he could remain calm in situations that made Xiphorians anxious. Lyra began relying on him more and more. She asked his opinion on how to handle rival suitors, how to adapt a dance sequence, or how to react when another Xiphorian's emotions were confusing. Alex found himself enjoying the challenges. He liked being useful. He liked seeing his friend succeed. And he liked the small moments when Lyra's glowing skin flickered in shades of happiness as they worked together. One evening, as they rested by the glowing pond, Lyra spoke softly. "Alex, you do not need to leave at the end of the cycle. If you wish, you may stay." Alex stared at the reflection of the moons in the water. "Yes," she said simply. "Humans see the world differently. You have shown me things I did not know. I value you. And the others have begun to notice your talents too." Alex felt a warmth spread through him. He had not expected this when he came to Xiphora. He had come to help a friend, thinking it would be temporary, simple, and easy. Instead, he found himself in a world full of wonder, challenge, and connection. And he realized he did not want to leave. "All right," he said finally, a smile spreading across his face. "I'll stay. Let's see this through together." Lyra's glow brightened, colors swirling in celebration. "Good. Together, we will navigate the season. Together, we will succeed. And perhaps, we will even learn more about humans and Xiphorians than anyone imagined. As the moons rose high above the glowing fields, Alex looked out at the strange, beautiful world around him. He was far from home, surrounded by creatures that defied imagination. And yet, for the first time in a long while, he felt at home. Tomorrow, the real challenges of Xifora's mating season would begin. But for now, he allowed himself a moment of peace. He had come to help a friend, and already it felt like he had gained a new world in return. The next morning, Alex woke to the soft glow of Xifora's twin suns peeking over the horizon. The air was warm and fragrant, filled with the scent of flowering plants that pulsed with a gentle, natural rhythm. Lyra was already waiting for him by the pond, her eyes shining like liquid emerald as she floated gracefully above the glowing water. "Good morning, Alex," she called, her voice musical and full of energy. "Today, we begin the real work." Alex rubbed his eyes, trying to shake off the remnants of sleep. "The real work?" he asked. "I thought yesterday was hard." Lyra tilted her head. "Yesterday was practice. Today is observation and strategy. You will learn why humans are unique, why you are valuable." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Valuable? I'm just helping." "Helping is more than a task," Lyra said gently. "It is understanding. It is awareness. Humans, you notice what we miss. You think in ways we cannot. Today, that skill will be tested." Alex nodded, feeling a mixture of curiosity and nerves. He had already seen how intricate Xiforian culture could be, but he suspected today would push him further. The first challenge was social. Lyra led him through a bustling clearing where dozens of Xiforians practiced their rituals, each movement precise and full of meaning. Alex noticed immediately how subtle the cues were. A tilt of a head, a flicker of color in the skin, the slightest change in tone of voice. It was like reading an entirely new language. "Observe carefully," Lyra whispered. "I need to know when someone shows interest or concern. You will help me react appropriately." 1. Alex focused. At first, it was overwhelming. Every Xiforian seemed to communicate in multiple ways at once. But slowly, patterns emerged. He realized that the color shifts in Lyra's skin often mirrored those of others. He began to predict reactions, suggesting small adjustments to Lyra's gestures that made the interactions smoother. "Excellent," Lyra said, her colors glowing bright green. "You see things I did not notice." Alex smiled modestly. "I'm learning from you too. Humans just notice patterns differently." By midday, the tasks became physical. Lyra took Alex to a series of platforms suspended in the air by shimmering energy fields. Here, Xiforians practiced agility, balance, and coordination, movements that were critical to impress potential partners during the festival of the season. Alex's human body was not as flexible or graceful as theirs, but his creativity gave him an advantage. "Use leverage differently," Alex suggested as Lyra prepared to jump between two platforms. "Don't focus on speed. Focus on the center of gravity. You can reach the next platform safely without rushing." Lyra followed his advice, and to her delight, landed perfectly. You think differently than a Xiforian," she said, awe in her voice. "This is helpful beyond measure." Alex grinned, though he struggled to maintain his balance himself. "Humans, we improvise. It's what we do best." By the afternoon, Alex realized he was becoming essential to Lyra. Xiforians began noticing his presence as well. When another participant tried to show off, Lyra's quick adjustments, guided by Alex, allowed her to respond in ways no one expected. Whispers spread through the crowd. This human was different, clever, and helpful. Lyra's reliance on him grew. She asked him to explain odd customs, like when to bow in certain patterns, how to signal respect subtly, and when it was appropriate to share stories or jokes. Alex was amazed at how complex their society was. For humans, friendship and humor were universal. But for Xiphorians, every gesture carried significance. "You make it simple," Lyra said one evening as they rested by the glowing pond. "Your presence turns confusion into clarity. Humans, you are remarkable." Alex laughed softly. "I'm just noticing things. You'd have figured it out eventually." Alex laughed. "I'm got a clee." Alex laughed softly of yous. "I'm just one." Alex laughed. "I'm just laughed softly." "No," Lyra said, her colors shifting to a deep, pleased green. "Perhaps, but you speed the process. You show me things I could not see. And I enjoy having you here. More than I expected." Alex felt a strange warmth. He had helped friends before, but never had someone been so openly appreciative. He realized Xiphorians were not just impressed by skill, they were impressed by courage, kindness, and ingenuity. And humans excelled in all three, without even trying. As the week went on, Alex's role became even more important. Rival suitors noticed Lyra's success and tried to challenge her, either through displays of skill, acrobatics, or complex dances meant to intimidate. Alex stepped in subtly, offering advice that allowed Lyra to navigate these challenges without offending anyone. His human perspective helped her anticipate moves and respond cleverly, often turning potential threats into harmless, even humorous, situations. One afternoon, a Xiphorian competitor tried an advanced dance maneuver meant to distract Lyra. Alex noticed immediately. "She's trying to force her left arm into a spiral," he whispered. "Counter with a small sidestep and extend your right leg. She'll be off balance, and you can continue gracefully." Lyra followed his advice. The rival stumbled slightly, embarrassed, while Lyra landed perfectly, ribbons of light dancing around her. The crowd murmured in admiration. You are extraordinary," Lyra whispered afterward, glowing bright green. Alex smiled, though he felt a mix of pride and nervousness. "I'm just thinking differently. That's all." It became clear that Xiphorians began to see him as a symbol of human ingenuity. Small creatures approached him curiously. Others tried to mimic his gestures. And some even asked for advice. Alex laughed at the attention, feeling a mix of amusement and responsibility. He had come to help one friend, but now his actions were influencing an entire community. That evening, as the suns dipped below the horizon, Alex and Lyra sat on a floating platform over the glowing pond. She turned to him, her expression serious. "Alex, you do not need to leave when the season ends. Humans, you have shown value. You are clever, adaptable, kind. You make this time easier. You are appreciated." Alex blinked. "Appreciated? I didn't expect that. I thought I was just helping you." "You are more than a helper," Lyra said gently. "You are a friend, and perhaps more than a friend. Your presence changes everything. You are remarkable." Alex felt a mix of pride, confusion, and warmth. He had expected a simple task: help a friend for a short time, guide her through rituals, and then return to his shuttle. Instead, he had found himself entangled in the customs of an alien culture, admired by a species he barely understood, and appreciated in ways he had never experienced. The days passed quickly. Alex helped Lyra practice dances, guided her through social challenges, and offered advice on subtle gestures of respect. He discovered that humans had strengths that Xiphorians lacked: intuition, humor, and the ability to improvise when rules seemed impossible. Each day, Lyra's reliance on him grew, and so did the admiration of others. One morning, a group of young Xiphorians approached him. "You are human?" one asked, tilting her head. You are clever. How do you understand so much so quickly? Alex shrugged. I just pay attention. Humans. We notice patterns. We try to solve problems. We like helping friends. The young Xiphorians nodded, impressed. Perhaps humans are a different kind of resource. Worth studying. Alex chuckled. You could say that. He looked at Lyra, who glowed with a satisfied smile. It was clear she was proud, and perhaps a little protective. By the end of the week, Alex realized he had become essential to Lyra in ways he hadn't anticipated. She depended on him not only for guidance, but for companionship, encouragement, and insight. Xiphorians began treating him differently, recognizing that humans were clever, adaptable, and capable of influencing outcomes in ways no one expected. That night, as they floated on a platform under the twin moons, Lyra turned to him. Alex, I do not want you to leave. Not yet. Stay with me. Learn more. Help me succeed. And perhaps, see the world as we see it. Alex smiled softly, staring at the reflection of the moons in the water. I came to help a friend, he said. And somehow, I think I've found more than that. I've found a place where I belong, even if it's far from home. Lyra's glow intensified, swirling colors of green and gold. Then you will stay. Together, we will navigate this season, and perhaps you will discover what it truly means to be human in the eyes of Xiphora. Alex nodded. He did not know what the future would hold, but one thing was certain. Helping a friend had turned into an adventure he never expected, and for the first time in a long while, he felt that humans, with all their quirks and cleverness, were exactly what this world and this friend needed. The adventure of Xiphora's mating season had only just begun, and Alex realized that the real challenge was not surviving the rituals, but understanding a culture that valued creativity, courage, and friendship above all else. And in that challenge, he found purpose and perhaps a new kind of family. The morning of the Festival of Bonds arrived with a golden haze over Xiphora. The twin suns shone warmly, casting long shadows over the glowing fields. And the entire community was already awake, preparing for the day's events. Excitement hummed in the air like electricity. Every Xiphorian, from young novices to elders, moved with precision, practicing gestures, dances, and displays that had been passed down for generations. Alex Ryder adjusted the straps on his backpack as he stepped out onto the crystal pathway leading to the festival grounds. He felt a mixture of anticipation and nerves. He had spent days helping Lyra navigate the season's rituals, but today was the real test. The Festival of Bonds was not just a series of dances or exercises. It was the culmination of everything Xiphorians valued. Skill, intelligence, creativity, and connection. It would determine the strongest pairings for the coming year. Lyra floated beside him, glowing a calm blue-green. Alex, she said softly, today is important. You must be attentive. Every gesture, every movement, every color shift in the skin matters. Watch carefully and guide me when needed. But remember to trust your instincts as a human. That is your strength. Alex nodded. I'll do my best. I think. He hesitated. I think I'm ready for this. Lyra smiled and held his hand briefly, her glow intensifying. That is all I ask. Together, we will succeed. The festival grounds were breathtaking. Platforms floated in the air, connected by shimmering energy bridges. Ribbons of light hung from invisible threads, swirling in patterns that seemed almost alive. Xiphorians moved gracefully across the platforms, performing acrobatic dances, intricate gestures, and displays of coordination that would have been impossible for most humans. The air vibrated with a low melodic hum that resonated in Alex's chest, making his heart beat faster. Welcome, participants. A tall Xiphorian elder called. His skin shimmered in golden hues, and his voice carried authority without harshness. Today, we honor skill, courage, and connection. May the bonds formed here be strong and enduring. Let the Festival of Bonds begin. The first challenge was the Trial of Awareness, designed to test how well participants understood subtle signals from their companions. Lyra floated beside Alex, her colors flickering slightly, with nervous anticipation. "Remember," Alex whispered, "notice the smallest changes, their skin color, posture, and the rhythm of their steps. Those tell you everything." Lyra nodded and began to move in time with the rhythm. Alex watched closely, pointing out small adjustments she could make to convey respect or confidence. When a rival Xiphorian attempted a subtle distraction, a sudden twirl meant to intimidate Alex noticed the shift immediately. "Step slightly to the right and extend your left arm," he suggested. "It will show balance and poise." Lyra followed his advice perfectly. The rival stumbled slightly, while Lyra landed gracefully, her ribbons of light swirling in intricate patterns. The crowd murmured with admiration. "You are clever," Lyra whispered afterward, her glow bright green with pride. Alex smiled modestly. "I'm just thinking differently, that's all." Next came the Trial of Agility, which tested physical coordination and teamwork. Platforms moved in unpredictable patterns, and participants had to navigate them while performing synchronized gestures. Alex had been practicing with Lyra for days, and their timing had improved. "Trust your instincts," he said as they prepared to leap onto the first moving platform. "Don't overthink, let your body respond naturally." Lyra nodded, and together they moved across the platforms. When a sudden shift caused one platform to tilt dangerously, Alex quickly calculated the angles and shouted, "Lean back slightly. Step toward the edge." Lyra adjusted in perfect timing, landing safely while other participants faltered. The crowd gasped and then cheered. Alex felt a surge of pride not for himself, but for his friend's success. By midday, the festival entered its most challenging phase, the trial of creativity. Participants were required to improvise a display combining movement, light, and sound. Lyra had prepared a basic routine, but Alex suggested enhancements she hadn't considered. "Use the ribbons to draw patterns that represent friendship," he said. "Shift your colors gradually to tell a story. Combine gestures you already know in new sequences. Let your instincts guide you." 4. Lyra's eyes lit up. "Yes, that will work beautifully," she performed, weaving ribbons of light into spirals and arcs, shifting her skin colors from soft blue to golden green in harmony with her movements. Alex guided her subtly, suggesting small adjustments to posture and timing. When a rival attempted to match her display, they struggled to replicate the intricate patterns. Lyra's performance ended with a flourish, and the crowd erupted in applause. "You are extraordinary," Lyra said afterward, glowing with pride. "I could not have done this without you." Alex shook his head. "No, you did it yourself. I just helped you see what was already there." The afternoon brought the Trial of Strategy, a test of problem-solving under pressure. Participants were presented with a complex obstacle course filled with energy barriers, moving platforms, and shifting lights. They had to work as a team to navigate the course while performing specific gestures and maintaining balance. Alex's human ingenuity shone here. He noticed patterns in the barriers and calculated the best routes for Lyra. When a barrier moved unexpectedly, he shouted, "Step left. Use the ribbon to anchor yourself." Lyra followed perfectly, adjusting her movements in real time. Other participants struggled, but Alex and Lyra moved with a combination of skill, creativity, and trust. "You are unlike any Xiphorian I have ever known," an elder whispered to another nearby. "Your presence gives her an advantage we did not anticipate. By evening, the final challenge arrived. The trial of connection, designed to test how well participants communicated without words, relying on gestures, colors, and subtle signals. Lyra's trust in Alex had grown immensely over the past days. She relied on his guidance, but also learned to anticipate his suggestions, creating a seamless partnership. As they performed, Alex noticed a rival attempting to disrupt the flow. He whispered instructions just in time. Tilt slightly right. Extend your arm. Use the ribbons to counter the motion. Lyra executed perfectly. The rival faltered, and the audience watched in awe. When the trial ended, the elders gathered to announce results. The crowd hushed as the head elder's voice carried over the grounds. Participants of the Festival of Bonds, he began. Today we have witnessed skill, creativity, and courage. Some have excelled individually. Others have demonstrated the power of collaboration. One pair, however, has shown something remarkable: the ability to combine intellect, intuition, and empathy in perfect harmony. Their bond represents the future of our community. The crowd erupted in cheers as the elder gestured toward Lyra and Alex. Alex felt his heart pound. He had not expected to be recognized, let alone celebrated. "You did this," Lyra whispered, her glow vibrant and swirling with gold and green. "You guided me, advised me, and helped me succeed. Together, we have achieved something extraordinary." Alex smiled, feeling a deep sense of pride and fulfillment. "We did this together. Humans can think differently, yes, but it is your skill and trust that made it work." As the twin suns set, casting long golden shadows across the festival grounds, Alex and Lyra stood hand in hand. The Xiphorians surrounded them, offering congratulations, admiration, and curiosity. Alex realized that humans, with their ingenuity, courage, and compassion, could not only survive in alien cultures, they could thrive, inspire, and even change how others saw the world. That night, as they rested by the glowing pond, Lyra turned to him. "Alex, you have become more than a helper. You are part of our story now. Perhaps even a legend." Alex laughed softly, shaking his head. "I never thought helping a friend would lead to this. I just wanted to guide you through the season. I didn't expect to make a difference for all of Xiphora." "You have," Lyra said firmly. "Humans are clever, brave, and kind. You have shown us that. You have shown me that. And for that, I am grateful. More than words can express." Alex looked up at the twin moons rising over the glowing fields. "I came here to help a friend," he said. "And somehow, I think I've found a place where humans are not just visitors, but part of something bigger, something meaningful." Lyra's colors swirled with approval and warmth. "Yes, Alex. And together, we will face whatever comes next. The season is not over. More challenges await. But now, we know the power of trust, creativity, and friendship. And perhaps, the galaxy will take notice." Alex smiled, feeling a mix of excitement and determination. He had come to Xiphora to help a friend through a temporary challenge. Instead, he had discovered the depth of alien culture, the strength of collaboration, and the remarkable impact a human could have in a world far from Earth. The Festival of Bonds had tested them, pushed them, and celebrated them. And in the quiet of the glowing night, Alex realized that humans, with all their quirks and cleverness, could leave a lasting mark even on an alien world. As he looked at Lyra's glowing, swirling colors, he knew one thing for certain: helping a friend had become an adventure he would never forget. And Xiphora was just the beginning. The day after the Festival of Bonds, Xiphora felt different to Alex. The glowing fields seemed even brighter, the air humming with energy and excitement. Everywhere he went, Xiphorians whispered and pointed, some with admiration, some with curiosity. Alex had expected a temporary role, a short visit to help Lyra through the mating season. Instead, he had become an essential part of her life and a noticeable presence in the community. Lyra greeted him that morning with her usual bright glow, swirling with green and gold. "Alex, today, we continue our work," she said with a smile. "You must help me adjust to the attention we now receive. Not everyone understands why you are here. Some are curious, others cautious. But I trust you will guide me." Alex sighed, running a hand through his hair. "I didn't expect to be famous," he said. "I'm just helping a friend." Lyra tilted her head, her expression both amused and serious. "Helping a friend is never simple, Alex. But humans, you have a way of making it extraordinary." Their first task that day was a series of social visits. Xiphorians from neighboring settlements had come to meet Lyra and her new human companion. Alex noticed immediately that while Lyra moved with grace, she still relied on subtle guidance. A slight tilt of the head here, a gentle gesture there. He whispered advice, and she adjusted her motions perfectly. "You are remarkable," one elder said to him. "A human guiding a Xiphorian so skillfully is unusual, but effective." Alex smiled politely. "I'm just paying attention." Humans notice details. By midday, Alex realized that his role had shifted. He was no longer simply helping Lyra with rituals, he was helping her navigate a complex web of social expectations. Xiphorians had subtle hierarchies, intricate signals of respect, and unspoken rules that could easily cause offense if ignored. Alex found himself thinking quickly, observing patterns, and offering guidance that avoided misunderstandings. "See that Xiphorian over there?" he whispered to Lyra. "His colors indicate caution and suspicion. Approach calmly, bow slightly, and mirror his gestures. It will show respect and ease tension." Lyra followed his advice, and the tension melted. The elder nodded in approval, smiling at her. Alex felt a quiet satisfaction. His human perspective was giving her an advantage that no Xiphorian alone could have achieved. As the afternoon passed, they were called to a training field. Here, young Xiphorians practiced agility, strategy, and communication. Alex had noticed patterns in how the younger participants learned. Some mimicked movements directly. Others responded better to creative problem-solving. He suggested exercises that combined both methods, and Lyra implemented them flawlessly. Soon, the young Xiphorians were learning faster than ever before, and Lyra's guidance was celebrated by the instructors. "You are making a difference," Lyra said later as they rested near the glowing pond. Alex laughed softly. "I'm just helping however I can. You're the one doing all the hard work." "No," Lyra said firmly. "We are doing this together. And humans, you inspire us. You show us what we did not know. You see solutions differently. That is rare." The evening brought a new challenge. A group of Xiphorians had prepared a series of tests designed to measure Lyra's ability to respond under pressure. Alex watched as she moved through the exercises, giving subtle guidance when needed. When a task required creativity, he suggested slight improvisations. When one required quick thinking, he offered insights that no Xiphorian had considered. "You think differently," Lyra said between exercises, her glow bright green. Alex hesitated. I never thought I'd stay this long. I came here to help for a short time. I didn't expect this. All of this attention, all of this responsibility. You have earned it," Lyra said softly. "You have shown bravery, cleverness, and kindness. You are a friend I trust. And humans, you make life better for those around you." As the stars appeared over Xiphera's twin moons, Alex reflected on the past week. He had helped a friend, yes, but he had also become a teacher, a guide, and a source of inspiration. Xiphorians admired him not just for his cleverness, but for his courage, patience, and empathy. He realized that humans, by nature, excelled in situations that required adaptation, creativity, and connection. That night, as they floated above the glowing pond, Lyra turned to him. "Alex, there is something I must tell you. Some Xiphorians do not understand your presence. They question why a human is so involved. Others envy your influence. You must be careful." Alex nodded. "I understand. But I trust you, and I trust that together we can handle it." "Yes," Lyra said, her glow shifting to a calm blue. "Together, we are stronger than any challenge. Humans, you are clever. You are brave. And you inspire confidence." The following days were filled with continued challenges. Lyra relied on Alex more than ever, and he realized just how deeply he had become involved in her world. He helped her navigate competitions, social events, and complex rituals. Each time a new situation arose, he applied human ingenuity, problem-solving, and intuition. Xiphorians began to take notice, and whispers spread. This human was not only clever, but essential. One afternoon, a group of young Xiphorians approached Alex. "You are human?" one asked, tilting her head. "You are clever. How do you understand so much so quickly?" "Ranting," Alex shrugged. "I just pay attention. Humans, we notice patterns. We solve problems. We like helping friends." The young Xiphorians nodded, impressed. "Perhaps humans are different. Worth learning from." Alex laughed. "You could say that, but with admiration came challenges." Some Xiphorians were skeptical, seeing Alex as an outsider who had gained too much influence. They tested him, trying to provoke mistakes or misunderstand his guidance. Alex quickly realized that humans had another strength: resilience. He stayed calm, observed carefully, and responded thoughtfully. Even when others attempted to create conflict, his patience and cleverness diffused the situation. "See?" Lyra said one evening, glowing gold with pride. "You handle challenges gracefully. That is why I trust you completely." Alex smiled. "Humans are adaptable. We adjust. That's what we do best." The deeper he became involved, the more he saw the value of human traits. Xiphorians were brilliant, graceful, and intelligent. But humans had creativity, humor, and resourcefulness that made them unique. Alex realized that by helping Lyra, he was also teaching Xiphorians something new about humans. That bravery, cleverness, and empathy could shape outcomes in unexpected ways. One night, as the twin moons cast a silver glow over the glowing pond, Alex and Lyra sat quietly, reflecting on the season so far. "Alex," Lyra said softly, "I cannot imagine facing these challenges without you. You make the impossible seem possible. Humans, you are truly remarkable." Alex felt warmth spread through him. "I came to help a friend," he said. "I didn't expect to be here this long, or to be needed like this." "You are needed," Lyra said firmly. "Not because you are human, but because you are you. Your courage, cleverness, and kindness matter. To me, and to others." The realization hit Alex in a new way. Helping a friend had grown into something far greater. He had become a symbol of ingenuity, empathy, and bravery. Xiphorians looked to him not only as a guide for Lyra, but as an example of human potential. He had gone from visitor to trusted companion, from observer to essential partner. Over the next few days, Alex continued to guide Lyra, helping her manage both admiration and envy among her peers. Together, they faced social tests, physical challenges, and creative exercises. Each time, Alex applied human ingenuity, patience, and courage. Lyra's confidence grew, and so did the respect of the Xiphorian community. Finally, one evening, as the suns dipped below the horizon, Lyra turned to him, her glow bright and swirling with gold. "Alex, you do not need to leave at the end of this season. Humans, you have shown value beyond measure. You have shown cleverness, bravery, and compassion. You are remarkable. And I wish for you to stay." Alex looked at her, emotions welling up. He had come to help a friend, thinking it would be temporary. Instead, he had discovered a world full of wonder, a friend who trusted him completely, and a community that admired human ingenuity. I'll stay," he said finally, a smile spreading across his face. "Together, we can face whatever comes next. I want to see this through. And I want to learn more about your world." Lyra's glow intensified, colors swirling in celebration. "Yes, together, we will navigate the rest of the season, and perhaps humans and Xiphorians will learn more about each other than anyone imagined." As they sat by the glowing pond, Alex realized something profound. Humans were not just visitors in alien worlds, they were catalysts for change, innovation, and friendship. By helping a friend, he had discovered courage, ingenuity, and empathy in himself. And he knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, humans had a way of turning the impossible into the extraordinary. The season was far from over, and adventures still awaited. But Alex Ryder, human explorer, friend, and guide, had found his place on Zephora, and he knew that the bond he shared with Lyra and the lessons humans could bring would shape not just the season, but the future of this world. The final day of Xiphora's mating season arrived with a dazzling spectacle. The fields shimmered under the twin suns, the air alive with the hum of anticipation. Every Xiphorian, from the youngest novice to the eldest elder, had gathered to witness the last trials of the season. Alex Ryder stood at the edge of the main platform, adjusting his pack, watching as Lyra prepared for the final challenges. "You ready?" he asked quietly. Lyra's glow swirled in a mix of gold and green, reflecting a mixture of excitement and calm. "Yes. With you here, I feel confident. Together, we have overcome every obstacle so far. Today, we face the final test." Alex smiled. "Then let's do this. Humans have a way of solving problems, let's show them." The first challenge of the day was the Trial of Harmony, a test of teamwork and connection. Participants were paired with their companions and tasked with performing a complex sequence of gestures, dances, and synchronized movements. It required perfect coordination and trust, as any misstep could cost valuable points. Lyra and Alex moved onto the platform. The Xiphorians watched curiously, some skeptical of a human participating directly in such an important test. Alex, however, had long ago learned to trust his instincts and to think differently from the Xiphorians. He focused on the patterns, the timing, and the subtle signals Lyra's colors gave him. "Shift your left leg slightly," he whispered. "Extend your ribbons higher. Match the rhythm of the others." Lyra followed his advice, and together they moved with fluid grace. Their performance flowed seamlessly, combining precision, creativity, and subtle improvisation. The crowd murmured in astonishment. Xiphorians had never seen a human participate so naturally, yet Alex's presence enhanced the performance rather than disrupting it. "Remarkable," one elder whispered to another. "The human guides her, yet does not overshadow her. He complements her perfectly." After the performance, Alex and Lyra were given the next trial. The Trial of Insight. This challenge tested their ability to solve problems quickly while under pressure. A series of obstacles, puzzles, and unexpected events were designed to challenge participants' intelligence, intuition, and teamwork. Alex's human ingenuity shone. He quickly analyzed patterns, predicted outcomes, and suggested creative solutions to Lyra. When an obstacle suddenly shifted mid-task, Alex calculated the best response and instructed her accordingly. "Use the ribbons to stabilize yourself," he shouted. "Now lean right and step toward the glowing platform." Lyra executed perfectly. Others stumbled, struggled, or hesitated. Alex and Lyra completed the challenge with elegance and speed. The elders nodded in approval, and the crowd erupted in whispers and excited chatter. "You are extraordinary," Lyra said quietly as they stepped aside. "Your guidance, your insight, it is beyond anything I imagined." Alex shrugged, feeling a mix of pride and humility. "I'm just thinking differently. Humans notice solutions that others might miss. You make it easy to apply them. Why? 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 Why?" The afternoon brought the final and most complex challenge, the trial of creativity and leadership. Participants were asked to lead groups of young Xiphorians through intricate exercises, combining acrobatics, rituals, and displays of skill. It required strategy, adaptability, and the ability to inspire confidence in others. Alex watched the groups carefully, noticing patterns in their movements and hesitations. He suggested subtle adjustments to Lyra, who implemented them flawlessly. Under their combined guidance, the young Xiphorians moved with precision, creativity, and confidence, surpassing the expectations of even the elders. "You see?" Lyra whispered, her glow bright with pride. "Your guidance has transformed them. Humans, you are capable of inspiring others in ways we do not expect." Alex smiled, realizing something profound. Humans had strengths that were not only practical, but also deeply inspirational. Their courage, creativity, and empathy allowed them to lead, solve problems, and build trust across species. As the sun began to set, the final ceremony began. Elders gathered to recognize the outstanding participants of the season. Alex and Lyra stood together, hands lightly touching, as the head elder addressed the crowd. "Participants of Xiphera's mating season," he began, his voice clear and powerful. "We have witnessed skill, courage, creativity, and connection. One pair, however, has shown something extraordinary. Their bond represents the power of trust, ingenuity, and friendship. They have achieved what few could, combining intellect, instinct, and compassion in perfect harmony. Their influence extends beyond their own success and has inspired many. This pair is an example of what can be achieved when differences are embraced and strengths combined." The crowd erupted in cheers, and all eyes turned to Alex and Lyra. Alex felt a mixture of pride, awe, and humility. He had never imagined that helping a friend could lead to such recognition. Lyra glowed brilliantly, her colors swirling in celebration. "You did this," Lyra whispered, her voice full of emotion. "You guided me, supported me, and helped me succeed. Together, we have achieved greatness." "No," Alex replied softly. "You did this yourself. I just helped you see the possibilities." The elders presented Lyra with a ceremonial sash, a symbol of accomplishment during the season. But they also presented Alex with a unique token, a glowing pendant shaped like intertwined ribbons, symbolizing the harmony between human ingenuity and Xiphorian skill. "You are now recognized as a contributor to Xiphora," the elder said. "Your presence has changed how we see humans. You have shown us courage, cleverness, and empathy. You are remarkable." Alex felt a surge of emotion. He had come to help a friend temporarily, expecting a brief adventure. Instead, he had discovered a world full of wonder, a culture of complexity and beauty, and the strength of cross-species friendship. Zyphorians had recognized not just his skills, but the human qualities that made him valuable: creativity, intuition, courage, and kindness. That night, as they floated above the glowing pond, Lyra turned to him. "Alex, humans are clever, brave, and kind. You have proven it not only to me, but to all of Zyphora. You are part of our story now. Perhaps a legend." Alex laughed softly, shaking his head. "A legend? I just helped a friend. That's all I ever wanted to do." "No," Lyra said firmly, her glow bright and warm. "You did much more than that. You have inspired, guided, and taught. You have changed our world in ways you do not even realize. That is why you are extraordinary." Alex looked around at the glowing fields, the floating platforms, and the vibrant Zyphorians celebrating all around. He realized something profound. Humans were not just survivors or explorers. They were catalysts for change. Their ingenuity, courage, and compassion could influence others, build trust, and create harmony across worlds. I see that now," he said finally. "Helping a friend led me here. And now, I think I understand what humans can truly offer. Not just solutions, but hope, creativity, and connection." Lyra's colors swirled, reflecting pride and warmth. "Yes, Alex, you have shown the best of humanity, and that is a gift we will always remember." Over the next few days, Alex continued to assist Lyra and interact with the Zyphorian community. He taught small groups of young Zyphorians creative problem-solving techniques, shared stories of human ingenuity, and helped mediate disputes that required perspective and logic. Everywhere he went, humans were admired not only for physical skill, but for their ability to think differently, connect deeply, and inspire trust. By the end of the season, Alex had become more than a guest. More than a guide, he had become a symbol of what humans could accomplish in an alien world. Zyphorians told stories of the clever, brave human who had helped Lyra succeed, who had guided them through challenges, and whose presence had changed their understanding of what was possible. One evening, as the twin moons rose over the glowing fields, Lyra and Alex sat on a floating platform, watching the shimmering water below. "Alex," she said softly, "your journey here was meant to help me. But it has become much more. Humans, you are remarkable, and you have left a mark that will last far beyond this season." Alex smiled, feeling a sense of fulfillment unlike anything he had experienced on Earth. "I came to help a friend," he said, "and somehow, I found a place where humans are not just visitors, but part of something bigger, something meaningful." Lyra glowed brightly, her colors swirling in celebration. "Yes. And together, we will continue to explore, learn, and grow. Humans have a place here, and perhaps in other worlds as well. You have shown courage, cleverness, and compassion. And that is the true power of your kind." Alex looked at her, then at the glowing fields stretching across Zyphora. He realized that helping a friend had turned into an adventure that transformed not just their lives, but the way an entire species viewed humans. Zyphora had taught him that courage, ingenuity, and empathy were universal strengths, capable of bridging worlds and creating lasting bonds. As the moons reflected in the glowing pond, Alex understood that his journey on Zyphora was just the beginning. Humans were not only survivors, they were innovators, friends, and catalysts for change. And somewhere in the vast galaxy, more adventures awaited. Alex Ryder, human explorer and guide, had arrived to help a friend, and in doing so, had become a legend on Zyphora, a testament to what humans could achieve when they combined courage, creativity, and kindness. He smiled, ready for whatever came next. The galaxy was full of wonder. and humans had only begun to show their true potential.